variety of
Yo, what's going on, people? Episode number 2 of the TheAKwatch Kaguya season 3. Hope you're all doing well. We're back again, and I'm here today with my co-host Rajel. Say hello to the people, Rajel.
Hey, sup guys? Excited to be back. Episode 4. The hype is real. Yeah, just kind of enjoying this experience going through Kaguya, especially with the last episode that dropped earlier in the week.
Yep. So we did episodes 1 to 3 all in one big batch. So if you're wondering where the discussion for those, that's where you'll find them. So we're going to start off episode 2 with episode 4 of season 3. And just before we go into like the individual segments like we normally do, what did you think of the episode as a whole, Joe?
I felt like it was a very solid episode. Kind of gave interesting like dynamics that we kind of touched on in previous seasons and previous episodes, but just giving us a new angle, a new side. And you also got to see a lot of different characters, like sides to the characters, which was cool. So overall, like, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It was funny, had everything that you expect from a Kaguya Lovers War episode, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. I think this was probably one of my favorite episode of the season so far, because of just I feel like the other episodes were good, but I feel like this one was it didn't really have any dips for me, where I was watching it, but it wasn't really I wasn't really as engaged. I felt like this episode was it had all the elements of a Kaguya episode that I like. So yeah, I think this was a really good episode. And so without further ado, let's get into the segments. So we have the first one, which is Kaguya Shinomiya's Impossible Demand. A cowrie, a swallow gave birth to part 1. And just a little synopsis for this one. So we have this reveal of Ishigami liking the student on the cheer club Tsubame, and Kaguya finds out. So Kaguya employs him. She gives him the challenge for him to pursue and wife Tsubame. And yeah, we go from there.
Like, straight away, the beginning of this episode, just seeing like Kaguya just exposed, see like how, you know, in love this guy is. I don't even know if he's in love, but you know he's in his feelings because he's so dramatic. Like, his sudden change in character was so quick and so swift. Like, you knew something was up, and he didn't do a good job hiding his crush, you know what I mean?
Nah, he didn't do a good job of hiding that thing at all. Yeah, I think it's quite... I was surprised by how aggressive Kaguya was with trying to get the information out of Ishigami, especially with how she is with this whole romance topic. So I found that quite interesting. And then just seeing the way Ishigami like started to melt when Tsubame entered the room, and he was like, "Oh yeah, yo, I didn't know you were coming here." And she's like, "Oh, I already told you, man, chill." And Kaguya's just there observing, and yeah, she challenges, man, and she's like, "Yeah, you need to get top 50 in the exams." And I'm like, wow, that's a big ask, you know. But just one of the things that I liked about this segment was the Kaguya and Ishigami dynamic. That's another dynamic that I really enjoy in the show. So just seeing those two interact, because Kaguya is kind of like an older sister, or they just have like a unique actually it's not unique, but it's just different. Kage kind of takes on that guardian role with Ishigami, and she's like one of the only people who is really in his corner. So I really like it when I see those two interact.
And it's kind of always odd because you don't really expect it, because generally their interaction is kind of, you know, abrasive, feel like they have a dislike for each other, or obviously Ishigami is out here just totally scared of her most of the time. But in this episode you can see that some moments, and we've seen it previously, but some moments there's real interaction and depth for the interaction where you know they genuinely care for each other. And that's why I kind of agree with the brother and sister kind of relationship, because it's like, is that brother and sister vibe where it's like, oh, I don't like you, but I love you, but you're your family, you know what I mean? I have to look after you, I have to protect you, all of that. And that's what you really get from this, which is, I don't know, it feels kind of special to me. Like, that's what I really enjoyed about it. But the thing that really I was looking at, I was like, how can Kaguya like see and distinguish that somebody is in love, and how they should then go about being in love, and how they should then be open and try to convey their feelings and challenge themselves, but she doesn't apply it to herself. She's up. Because she was moving so like logical and smart with it. She was like, especially when she was showing the degree of like desirability, she was like, oh, this is what is a good man, or do you know what I mean? Which I found so jokes. Because before like actually being a good person and having a good heart, it's the grades first, which was killing me.
It just kind of shows you where her priorities lay, and I think that's maybe might be related to the upbringing. You know, she's a Shinomiya, so she can't just be taking any man. Kind of the thing where like they have to be of a certain pedigree, and intelligence is worth a lot in society, I'm assuming. So they probably drilled into her like, you can't just, if you're gonna get a man, she's probably gonna be in an arranged marriage or something anyway, but it's gonna have to be this guy who's top of the grade and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's telling. It kind of showed a different side to her, where with the maturity in saying that, okay, right now, first of all, let's even just talk about the approaches, because that was very very strange. It's creative, but it was very strange. Like,
very creative.
The flowers, like, okay, man had one for each day of the week, and then they would spell out "I love you." I respect it, but I mean, it is kind of mad weird for you to just come in every day and there's a different flower, and then I wouldn't have been able to connect the dots like that if someone did that for me, especially because I don't even know the different flowers like that. So yeah. And then the second idea, what was the second idea again? With the album, that one was
wild. Okay, that one, that was the only one that when I first saw, I was like, yeah, you might out of context. Are you just randomly gonna just have your? I'm assuming it's your baby picture album, just showing like everything as a kid growing up. But why would you randomly have that on you? Or why would you have a random note on a specific page where you assume she's gonna be like, oh yes, I'm enjoying this so much, then suddenly I see a note and I read it, now I'm in love. I'm like, Ishigami, like, what are you watching? Like, he's deep in his K-drama bag. That's all I know. He's so deep in his K-drama bag, because that's the only time these nonsensical like scenarios actually work out, and you're like, what? But it makes sense within that kind of context. But bro, that's not gonna help you.
It's not. And do you think he has any chance of getting this girl? Because I don't think he has any chance. I'm keeping it realistically.
Oh my!
I think it's gonna be one of those things where he tries and then he gets rejected. I don't know. I can't see it happening at all.
I feel like he actually does, like a tiny bit. The way I feel like she's definitely open to him as a person, and she's not adverse to.
You don't know.
You don't. Of course, like to what degree is that? I'm unsure, but I do see an opportunity where if he has the right type of game and he's about to slap it down in the right type of way, he could persuade her to change her mind. But the thing is, I don't think Ishigami is that kind of guy. I don't think he's about that life like that. You know what I mean? That's the only. But he could get coached. He could get coached.
I mean, with Kaguya, I mean, we never know. It has the potential, I guess. So, I mean, I'll keep an open mind, but I'm very skeptical. And
I'm happy for him.
That was everything in that section. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
Only the fact that I'm just happy for Ishigami, like, and you can see that this is gonna bring a lot of character growth from him, and maturity, and like more motivation. And you've seen throughout the rest of this episode that he kind of has, and even in this episode, he has that self-doubt and he doesn't believe in himself, and this will probably give him the ability, even though he might fail. And Kaguya saw that in him. It's like, oh, because you expect to fail and all that and everything, that's why you're not even going to try. So hopefully this kind of pushes him on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I think that's a good point you made there, because it kind of shows how Kaguya respects Ishigami as a person. It kind of shows that she really does approve of him, because she doesn't think it's suitable for him to be doubting himself to this degree when he hasn't even tried. And I mean, that's a fair point, because it's like, you never know until you try, and the worst thing she can say is no. So him, being self-hating, saying all those things, it doesn't help anyone. So he should really just listen to her, because I mean, she's not really saying anything wrong. Like, this is one of the rare times where she was pretty much on point. Although she did kind of go left when she was talking. She was kind of describing the president, but like she was letting her own feelings skew her. But the overall message that she was talking about was some good stuff. You have to take some notes, writing them down.
It was very like wholesome, and you can even, it's surprising because obviously you just feel like she doesn't have that kind of experience, and we know that she doesn't have that kind of experience, but she's very reasonable when the situation has nothing to do with her. As soon as the situation includes her or the president, she becomes so illogical and unreasonable, and starts, because even I was surprised that, given the fact that she saw the sudden change in Ishigami's behavior, so then presumed and put two and two together as like, they definitely like he definitely likes her. Ishigami should have done the same thing, because the sudden change in her behavior when the president's like came up in terms of this the ideal man or something like that. Like, what was she doing on the seat? She was looking up, looking left, fumbling her words. I was like, bro, you should have put two and two together. You should just know that, she has feelings for the president.
Yeah, I don't know how they don't know. Like, that I feel like Ishigami should have clocked in that moment, definitely. But we'll move on to the next section of the episode. It's kind of connected. It's kind of an episode of two halves, because the first two sections were kind of interlinked very seamlessly. But it's called Ishigami wants to prove himself worthy. So following on from Kaguya's challenge to him, where he needs to get top 50 in the grade to kind of show that he's he's called the smarts. That's one of the good features about him. He studies for the second semester exams. The student council's put on hiatus because everyone I found it funny how everyone had ulterior motives. Chika's like, I don't want to lose my allowance, even though she's receiving it from her grandfather. That's very sneaky. And what's it?
I was gonna say Chika's one was actually the worst because it was very unnecessary. She didn't have to say it at all. Everybody else is kind of ulterior motive. You understand why it had to be kind of made public so they can preserve their image. Chika, I'm like, Chika, no one actually cares about your allowance. Like, no one is not like it's broadcast to the world and everybody's like, rah, if Chika loses her allowance, the student council is just going to go down because we are all dependent on her allowance. I'm like, Chika, why are you saying this? It's so unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel she said something just to say something, you know, because everyone had made their own comments, but you know, no substance from that one there. Who else? We had Kaguya. Now she's got the smartphone. I can relate to this. She's getting distracted by the phone, you know, when you're trying to do your work. That's why you have to keep your phone downstairs or outside your room, because that thing will distract you. Kaguya, she's not used to the technology.
She's not.
She's not at all. And then who else did we have? Miko.
What was Miko's one again?
Shirogane kind of. She wants to stay number one because that's one of the things she uses to help her when she's enforcing the justice. But you know, I find that funny how they both mirror each other, how they're both top of the grade, and they're stressed about maintaining that position because it's hard, you know. It's hard to be top of the grade, you know.
It is, and I feel like it's definitely way harder for them, especially since there's a high expectation that they continue to meet this, you know, and that's the tough one. You can see how much pressure is on them and how that kind of changes their behavior. Like, Shirogane was looking stressed, even though he wants to present the image that he's relaxed and calm, he's got all under control and everything. But both of them, the stress levels were high, and I kind of felt sorry for that. And the two people I related to the most in this section was Shirogane and Kaguya. So obviously Kaguya, the phone thing, Kaguya, there's apps for that. That is a struggle. Like, when the studying was, oh my days, that was a struggle in itself. But Shirogane, that one, like, that hit a differently. Because you know when there's a sweet one in the library and you're doing your work and you look up and you catch an eye and you're like, what? I might not be able to do any work today. I might not be able to concentrate, especially if it's summertime and the skin is out. It should be illegal. There should be a level of clothing that you're supposed to wear in a public study area, because that will profit everybody.
Oh my days.
That will profit everybody. Like, there should be a criteria of, even for the mandem as well, there's certain things you just have to wear. Everybody should wear suits. Be smart, that's all. That's what I'm saying.
You can't be getting distracted, Vishal.
Can't get distracted, man.
Composure.
Course. And Shirogane does not have that composure.
No, he doesn't. That's why he has to evacuate. Man said, my eyes keep getting drawn to Kaguya. I'm like, bro, stay calm.
It was killing me that he was getting distracted mid-thought or trying to avoid distraction. That's how you know you've got it bad. Because he's like, I need to get out of here. But even amidst that thought, he was like, oh my days, Kaguya is looking so cute right now. Oh, how she's flicking that hair. Oh my days. He's like, yeah, I need to get out of here.
And I said, I need to evacuate.
No, it was serious. It was actually serious.
But I think one thing that I enjoyed about this segment was, I guess, seeing Ishigami. You know, they kind of hyped it up. They were saying, okay, he's studying, he's actually studying now. He's the reason why he's doing it is not because of the girl. Yeah. It's because of the expectations of Kaguya, and it kind of showed how much he wanted to live up to her expectations and validate the work that she's putting into him, because obviously she's taken time out from her studies to help him. So he was really working to show her and then you really do. You feel bad when you see the results, and he didn't make the top 150 students. He didn't make the top 50, and he didn't even his name wasn't even in the top 150 students for his year group as well. And that the frustration,
it's tough.
I felt bad for him,
No, it's definitely tough.
I felt bad for him.
No, likewise, I was like, because we saw how much effort he actually put in, and everybody was like, I'm guessing during the week or those couple of days, like, where's Ishigami? Where's he? Why haven't I seen him? He's usually that guy about playing his video games, doing something. You know what I mean? He's there. He's part of the furniture, basically. He's just around. So it was, it was just a surprise. And then even was it Ino didn't believe that he was working hard. Ino was even doubting.
Nope.
During the exam, Ino was like, I can't let you fail. And he was like, I'm not gonna fail. I've been putting that work. And she just had that blank look that, oh, this guy just lying to me in front of my face. We know you're not putting any work in. But it's just sad that his effort, obviously he did improve and his test scores did go up, and he has to be proud of that. Change sometimes doesn't happen as quickly as you expect, and is slow progression. And this was the first time we've seen him actually put in this kind of exerted himself this much and put this kind of effort into his work and academics. So bro, he just has to, and it seems like he's just going to take it on the chest, even though we know he didn't want to disappoint Kaguya. He wanted to show his worth. He wanted to kind of also change his kind of mindset, be like, if I can do this, I can prove to myself something. And that's probably why he was so kind of, in that moment when he went to the toilet, broken, kind of was like, oh my days, I actually can't believe that even with all this effort, sometimes, my best might not be enough. But he has to just take it in that, bro, you improved. And sometimes that's enough.
Yeah, that's a great point that you made. Because, when you study, just because you study doesn't mean you're going to do well. At the end of the day, you need experience with these exams. You need to understand the style of question. So I think it was naive of him to think that he was just going to shoot up to 50, because the first semester he was 197 out of 200. So, and obviously he wasn't studying, but you do need to be working. People such as Miko, who are always number one, is because they're constantly working. Consistently. They don't just wait to the finals. So that's one thing that I liked about when he was in the bathroom, saying that, okay, I know where my abilities are. It's up to me to work on where I went wrong and to improve from here. He didn't, even though he felt sad about it, he was I guess he reaffirmed himself quickly, and because he understood that's just where he falls at this point in time, but he can still improve. And again, you have Kaguya, who holds him to the declaration, because he said, okay, I'm gonna be top 50, don't worry. And she's like, yeah, you better be top 50. I mean, I don't expect anything less. Just showing again Kaguya Ishigami dynamic.
Beautiful.
I think it might be my favorite. I can't lie. Right now, the recency bias is overpowering me. But
very strong. No, it's definitely a beautiful dynamic, and it definitely brings up the most wholesome moments where you. It's because of, I feel like it's like that because of how unusual and how rare it is that we get this kind of interaction regarding anyone with this in this series. So those moments because even when you look at Shirogane and Chika, when they're doing their interaction and improvement stuff, there is less of that wholesome nature, more of, you're so bad that I need to help you, I'm your mum. Do you know what I mean? I just need to see, you know what I mean? I can't let you, when the parents, I can't let you leave the house like that. that's how Chika is to Shirogane. It's like, I actually can't let you leave the premises doing subpar performances like that. But on the other hand, when we get this case, there's just a real kind of simplicity, a real beauty, and a real kind of depth that is like, it's more than just what you look or what people will see and what people perceive and judge. It's, I really, in my heart, want you to be the best you can be. And that's why, like, it's beautiful for me.
It was. Again, I think Kaguya is probably one of the... she's an important person in Ishigami's life because she's forcing him to grow by challenging him in aspects where he doesn't really expect to be challenged. And in a way, I think it helps her as well, you know, being in this position where she's actually looking after someone in this way. So I feel like it's a mutually beneficial relationship, and both of the characters, I believe, are growing because of it. And the segment ended in a in a comedic way, as Kaguya normally tends to do, where she's saying she gets triggered because he's like, oh, no wonder you finished second, and she's just like, bruh, if I wasn't helping you, don't worry, the first place would have been secured already, but because I'm helping you, you're dragging me down, you know that, and you're trying to
Do you know, actually, jokes, this was right after she said, don't worry about me, my grades, like, you won't affect my grades, I'm fine. And and then she goes on to say that immediately I was like, Kaga, you're too jokes. And the funny thing is that Ishigami was saying that with kind of like in awe and praising her. It wasn't no like, hey, if Ishigami was two,
yeah, you know, you're right.
If Ishigami was in number 2 right now, do you know how gassed he would be? He'd be that's not. But Kaguya is like, oh my days, 2. Kaguya doesn't do number 2. She knows that in her heart. Like, she's uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, she's definitely not happy with being number 2, but she wants that number 1 spot. It's just that pride in her. So, you know, I didn't actually clock that he was saying that as a positive thing. Because I was like, oh, you said no wonder you're number 2. I'm like, bro, you're pushing it. But now that you just said that to me, I'm like, oh, that does make sense that she's helping him, but she's still able to hold number 2 calmly.
Which is ridiculous. Like, imagine fully helping somebody and then also keeping your grades up to that kind of degree and taking like that much time, especially with somebody like Ishigami, taking that much time out. Wait, actually, do you know what just came to mind? Is Kaguya whipping Ishigami?
You saw in the first season.
Oh my days. Why did I just remember that like image and that clip? She was standing behind him with a whip. He's been abused. We might have to stop this. All the nice things I said, I might have to take it back.
No, it's too late. It's too late. You said it now.
One abusive relationship, man.
It's on record, fam. It's on record.
Don't kill me.
Okay. Any final comments for this one?
No, not really. Great section. Probably the best section out of all the first 4 episodes. This is probably my favorite section.
I concur. I think it kind of had the mixture of everything, you know, because you have plot, you have the comedy, you have the character interactions, and you know, it's engaging. Kind of, you have some stakes in there because, you know, this is to help him in the long term, and then you have failure, but you also have, you know, we have a future now because now we see that we're going to be following this plot line, I guess, throughout the future seasons. We might be seeing his grades rise because his grade did rise from, I think he was 178 and now he's 152. So that's he did, as Kage said, he did improve.
No, he definitely improved. He just has to keep at it and just make sure he doesn't get deterred, and hopefully we'll see that.
And one last thing before I move on, Chika is a fraud because she dropped 10 spots. She was 101 and now she's 111. So she really don't care. She's a vibes queen.
She was not studying.
Granddaddy paying. She was not studying.
Chika knows she's good, and Chika is. This is how I think of Chika. Chika is like our royal family. If you are the second born or third born, you can just do vibes to a degree. You have no pressure. You're not gonna be king. You're not gonna. You know what I mean? You're not gonna rule. So you're just gonna be vibes. Chika is like that. She knows she doesn't have to study. She knows she's good. Whatever happens, she just has to do all right, and she's good.
Yeah, daddy's probably rigging the system anyway. So
100%. Some fraud family, man.
I'm telling you, she should be like 150, but it's cool. And then one last thing, I said one last thing before, but I noticed that Kashiwagi's score, she dropped from like number 7 to 27, but then I clocked that the boyfriend jumped from 84 to 34, so we know what happened there.
We definitely know what happened there. That's a madness. Hey, she needs to watch herself.
It further exemplifies what Ishigami was saying about Kaguya, because she even made number 2 while boosting Ishigami by 20 spots, but the girl has dropped from 7 to 20. She dropped 20 spots to help her boyfriend up as well.
That's wild. So, hope the sacrifice is worth it, because if they break up and like man's is getting all the benefits, Maki's 100% coming through. So hey, she's
sliding.
She's legit improving that guy for another man, and I respect it.
Yes sir, Maki Shijo, we're rooting for you, Maki, don't worry. Home wrecker, man. Alright, last one. Chika Fujiwara wants to stay over, and in this one we get a Chika and Kaguya sleepover, which is good, because I feel that over the 2 seasons that we needed another Chika and Kaguya, just them interaction. We had it with the episode where she was saying about the wiener, and then Kaguya kept laughing.
Yeah.
But this episode was where we kind of get to see these guys in isolation again, just seeing what it's like between them, the dynamic, because obviously I think they've, out of the people that we know, those two, excluding Hayasaka, those two have known each other the longest. So yeah, I think this was a good segment as well. Yeah,
I definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. I do kind of have my kind of opposition to the way Kaguya behaves sometimes, because in a way I kind of really dislike it, because Kaguya, her scheming and her, just trying to advance her own plans gets in the way of significant moments and beautiful moments with other people. Because when obviously Chika was asking her, she's like, we have an opportunity, let's meet up, let's have this sleepover, let's invite Kay, let's invite whoever, do you know what I mean? Let's do something. Yeah. Kaguya immediately goes to thinking, how can I use this to my advantage, instead of like staying in the moment and kind of honoring Chika, you know what I mean? Trying to be super present, which for me is like, Chika kind of, even though I know Chika wouldn't really mind, and she's not that kind of girl, or she doesn't have that kind of character where she'll kind of hold that against you, or she'll be like, are you not fully present, or that. But for me, I'm like, some moments, just be attentive to Chika, like only Chika, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. I think, yeah, we should discuss that further. Do you feel that Kaguya takes advantage of, I guess, Chika's lax nature, because Chika's kind of, not, yeah, I would say she's carefree. She takes things as it comes. Obviously, she has her lines, but when it comes to Kaguya, she's pretty carefree.
To some extent, I do, but I'm not too sure if that is she purposely doing it. But I know she's smart enough. But then, even saying that, Kaguya is naive in some aspects, so she might not understand what she's doing, or if she might not purposely be doing it, because sometimes in some aspects of her character she's childish, but then overly some important key moments you see how mature she is. But in this specific moment, it did come up in my mind. It's like, you're kind of using Chika, even when she not in as odd, because she's not like really using her, but it's like you're using her, the opportunity she presents, to further yourself or further what your aims and your goals. And to some extent, that's not really the greatest friend, you know. That's not really the greatest thing. Imagine like Chika was doing it the other way or something, or somebody else. Do you know what I mean? It's just not it's not vibes, especially when it's unnecessary. Some moments I understand, because I'm like, this is this high IQ, this is smart, and it's just the opportunity presented itself, and you're just going to do it. But some moments you have to understand that, wait, there's actually no need for me to do this. Let me just be present and, you know, further my friendship with Chika. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you brought up about she might not know that she's doing it. I feel, in my opinion, that in some instances she is doing it to take advantage, but I also feel Chika on a level kind of just lets it slide, you know. I feel that because she's changed from what she was before, Chika is just so happy to see her progression, and then maybe that leads her to let more things go by which shouldn't. But maybe it's gonna become a deeper plot point about their friendship, just to see what it was like back then. Because if Chika was fine with how she was then, I guess it wouldn't really be, what she's doing now wouldn't really be enough to turn her away from being friends with Kaguya. Although I think it would be interesting to see her acknowledge the way that Kaguya treats her, or just to hear what she thinks about Kaguya as a friend and just their relationship, her honest thoughts, not her when she's playing around. Because I think this episode we saw a different side. Well, not really a different side, but we got to see more of the reason behind her antics. She's explaining herself more, and she was less bubbly. She was more, I guess, you know, what's the word for it? I guess she took a calmer approach to things. She was sitting with Kaguya. They were having like a girls' talk. Obviously, had the Herf Saka antics, but I think in this segment it was good. It was a good. That was a good point you brought up related to their relationship, and if Kaguya needs to do better.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's not like, because I do agree with your sentiment that Chika is somewhat aware, and especially because of how long their relationship is. So to some extent, she's like, this is definitely far in a way an improvement on what it used to be like, and whatever I can get. Because you can kind of tell, because even like when she's doing the last minute, you know, call, do you want to come karaoke, or do you want to do it? That is so, Chika knows that she wasn't the main, you know, focus for, you know, for the plans, the focus of, do you want to come karaoke or whatever other plans they made. She wasn't Kaguya wasn't initiating it to be like, oh, Chika, let's spend quality time together. She's like, let's spend time together, but obviously this time has to be beneficial in like moving forward, like my plan and overall goals and aims. So to that extent, I do understand that Chika, she must be aware of it. But I know Kaguya is smart enough to know that she can't do this every time. Like, I think it's the intimacy of a sleepover and that kind of thing. Like, that period is like, bro, just don't think of anything else apart from Chika, or maybe invite some of the other girls. You know what I mean? Maybe invite Ino. Yeah. I don't know if Ino would Ino go to their sleepover if she got invited.
I reckon maybe if they let her bring her friend with her, or Saragi.
True.
Because I feel she would be really timid if she was there by herself, but Saragi would help bring her out of her shell, or she'd feel more comfortable.
Saragi on that 24-hour call.
Now I was just gonna say Chika likes to take advantage of Miko, so I feel she needs her friend there.
No, 100%. She needs that moral support.
Other things I wanted to comment about this segment, just I was saying about Chika being calmer, her saying that the reason she did the game is since she believed that both of the guys were in love, and I was thinking, raw, so you weren't doing it because of just, you know, I wanted to play a game. You have a hunch, you know, the intuition, the woman's intuition. And she actually's already clocked onto Ishigami liking Tsubame, which is scary though.
So swiftly.
How much evidence did she have? She didn't have that much evidence, did she?
Which is breaking me, because how hasn't she clocked on to Kaguya and Shirogane? Because that's been going on for so much longer.
I lie?
Like, she's picking and choosing what she's...
That must be plot or something.
It's the worst. Because we know she must be aware of it. All the Ishigami's interaction with his crush were mostly off screen and in environments where we know that Chika will not be with him. You know, Chika's not on the cheer squad. Chika's not in those like session rooms and stuff. So even when she came and met up with him in the student council room, Chika wasn't there. So Chika, how is she getting this information? She's a spy. She has a network. Do you know what it is? The games committee is a spy group, and she's head of it. And that's why she has access to the lie detectors. That's why she has access to a lot of other things. And do you know when they're just going around surveying their environment? She's just putting her hidden cameras up. She's just putting her mics up. She has the school on lock. That's why I think at this point.
I have to agree with you. I just think her networking is elite, because obviously she must have been asking people, keeping up to date somehow, because I don't know how she was able to immediately suss out that he liked Tsubame, or has an attraction to her. So that's very, I guess it shows what Chika's best at, and I feel she's best with people. You know, she's the social one in the group, and that just shows why she is the social one, because she's able to work out things like that. And I don't understand how she hasn't worked out the Kaguya and president thing. It's pretty clear. I feel she might be feigning ignorance, you know.
You think
she already knows that Kaguya likes someone.
I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't actually put it past her. Because I think she knows that it might be too much if she just directly says, oh, I know both of you like each other. Like, they might actually have a heart attack and pass out. I don't think both the president's and Kaguya's hearts are ready for that kind of movements. They have to do it within their own time frame.
Yeah, definitely. So what did you think about the phone call?
It was definitely a setup, because like we said, Chika is definitely a hopeless romantic, and if we go along the lines that she understands that they both might have feelings for each other, she's just trying to get extra information. She's trying to key on reactions. So she's slapping on the FaceTime Shirogane, like he picked it up, and I know he regretted it, because when he saw, and it wasn't even like a normal functioning Kaguya, it was a sleep deprived Kaguya. I don't know why she's sleep deprived. I don't know why as soon as she doesn't get there a certain amount or doesn't go to sleep at a certain time, her body doing up madness. But he was taken back. And Kay, why was Kay tidying up?
Avatar job.
She's the op. She's actually a little sister. She's the definition. All little sisters are like Kay. No joke.
No, you're not capping.
First thing, why is she tidying up? Nobody can see the room, the places that you're tidying up on the screen. And second thing, why is she getting involved in conversation? She legit said,
hello?
He's in love. I've seen his antics. He's been moving weird around the house. He's on his phone checking. He seems jumpy. I'm like, and Shirogane doesn't. He's actually, this situation was a lose for him. The only W is that Kaguya was not at optimal level. If not, she would have been able to definitely use that to her benefit.
Oh yeah, definitely. Kay, I don't know. She just decided to wake up on violence because why are you putting my business out there like that? So what if I'm acting strange at home? Why are you telling people outside that? You don't know them like that. Please allow me. But I think Kay was doing that because she really likes Kaguya, so she wants the house to look presentable. But as you said, you can't see the room if man's put it up to his face. It's very strange behavior. Do you think it's weird that Chika felt comfortable to FaceTime Shirogane just like that at past 12 o'clock at night?
I think Chika is comfortable with doing anything, and even if it's nonsensical, like she's on that kind of, vibes, chill. Let me not think deeply about the action I'm about to do. If at the time I feel like, at this present moment I feel like doing it, let me do it. So I don't think that, and she kind of forces other people to be comfortable with an uncomfortable situation because she's so comfortable. Like the way he took the phone call and she's just casually talking to him. He's like, wait, this is just a normal. It's just normal. Look, she's just being normal. It's not, and it kind of forces you to be comfortable with the uncomfortable, situation. So Chika, she's on crud. You know that she doesn't mind disturbing anyone's peace at any time. And I definitely like that about her character though. I think that's one of the things I really like.
I think even though we banter Chika, she is of course she's likable. She has her good aspects, and this segment shows them pretty well. She's insightful. Obviously she cares about her friends, even though sometimes it doesn't seem that way, with the election. But I think this season will be good for Chika, I believe. That's what I'm saying on the outset. I think we're gonna see more from Chika that will show her in a different light than what we've seen before.
Well, the new light we're seeing her is that she likes that boy love scenario, because the way she lost composure and the way her nose started bleeding when she thought Hayasaka and my guy Shirogane, like Hayasaka's male alter ego, were like doing it. She was like, so that's your she left the premises. She was like, that's your type. And she said, I'm not okay. And she was bleeding like she was Sanji. Like she was, the blood was, she need to go hospital. I don't think she's alright.
Oh, the nosebleed scene, bro.
It was so much.
In fact, bro, listen, the boys love. She's one of them. What's it? Fujoshis. She loves that. It seems like she likes reading about boys liking boys.
She does,
which is a bit mad, but I respect your preference. I didn't expect her to react that way. That was pretty funny.
It was so dramatic because it was so unexpected. You're like, what? And she's like, okay, give me a minute. I need to go to the loo. And Hayasaka is one. I love how easily she is able to like interchange her like persona or character and act as someone else.
An actor.
It's so good because I remember like a couple seasons ago, whether it was the first or second season, I know there was a discussion we had that I didn't even know that was Hayasaka in the school. So like she is incredible. Like kudos to her.
Facts. It's kind of crazy how she has what, 5 different personalities. They showed at the end of the episode. So she has the the Saka one where she's from a different school, then Saka the man, the Hayasaka the schoolgirl who likes to break rules, and then Hayasaka the maid. That's five different personalities. I don't know how she's able to juggle that, but she is very adaptable. We see why she's the maid for Kaguya, because that flexibility to be cross-dressing as well, it's a bit of a mad thing, but I respect it, I can't lie.
No, likewise. It just shows her expertise, and like we said last time, we need that background story. We need to see her past. Why does she have these skills and qualities? Because it's actually sensational. Like, you kind of need like, you actually go far with somebody like that. She's a criminal. She has potential to be a criminal or a spy or whatever. She's ridiculous.
Now we've seen the spy thing. Remember last
That's
season?
so true. That is so true.
Yeah, you said last season that she's faster than Minato.
Oh yeah, 100%. The speed. She's speed blitz, and it's very different. It's somewhat like teleportation. Like, oh my day, she's special. She's special. But
any final comments for this one?
Let me think. I definitely really enjoyed this section. Thought it was quality. Thought I just showed how much Hayasaka brings as a character to like the dynamic. Because some other series will use a character that's kind of fringe, but also they're a main character. Wrong.
Yeah.
And they use her so well. They use her in moments where she kind of balances and adds to the moment like significantly. She's not just a throwaway. And that's what is really impressive. And especially since we don't get to see her all the time, but when she pops up, it's quality.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, it's I guess making a lot out of a small amount. That's definitely not the phrase, but
close enough.
The way they utilize Hayasaka, like you said, is really, it's why a lot of people like her character, enjoy when she's in the scenes, and I like her as well because of that. And I have to say, I don't know what the voice actor's name is. I should have looked it up beforehand, but I want to say I want to respect her, because obviously when you're playing multiple personalities, you have to put on a different voice for each one. And I have to say, she does a great job of doing that. And you can really tell when she's the maid Hayasaka that this is maid Hayasaka. I can just recognize that from the voice. But then when she's the more the bouncy, the one in school, the Gyaru Hayasaka, you can tell the energy levels are different, and she's got more lift in her voice. So shout out to Hayasaka's voice actor, doing a great job. All the 100%. Voice actors in the series are elite, to be fair, but yeah, I wanted to shout her out especially because she did a great job this episode.
No, definitely well deserved. Actually incredible.
But we were talking about episode 4 on episode 2 of the TheAKwatch, no longer rewatch. I must say that I'm gonna try to squeeze that in every episode.
You have to. It's actually a must, because the rewatch was it was a different vibe. The actual watch, I don't know. It's just gonna hit differently.
Yeah, this is your game. Well, not first time impressions. You see, rewatch. We were analyzing what we already had experienced. We were trying to recontextualize things, but now we're just going off what we see on the screen. We're not thinking deeper, we are thinking deeper, but you know what I mean. We're just giving our thoughts on
it's more raw
experience for the first time. Yeah, that's it. Raw thoughts. I like using that term as well. But yeah, as I said, episode 2 discussing episode 4. We'll be back next week, booking episode 5, and yeah, we had a good time. Take care, people. Be safe. And we'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.
Peace.
I love you.